Dave to the stage. He's going to do some magic for us tonight.
Good evening. As I begin tonight, my wife Beth is going to pass out some pieces of paper and some markers. If you get a piece of paper, please take a marker as well and just hold on to them for the next few minutes. Tonight I'm going to do some magic revolving around the best-selling toy of all time, Rubik's Cube. Rubik's Cube has sold more than 350 million copies worldwide, making it the best-selling toy of all time. And if you've ever tried to solve one of these cubes, you probably also realize that it can be one of the most frustrating toys of all time. Well, ever since I got my first cube way back in high school, I've been looking for easy ways to solve Rubik's Cube. Now, one of the best I've found is with a reset button. Most people don't know about this, but some cubes actually come equipped with a reset button. If you have a cube with a reset button like I do, all you do is you take and you press that reset button, and the cube solves itself. Right back to its solved position. Now, many cubes don't come equipped with that reset button. So if you happen to have a cube that does not come equipped with the reset button, there's another easy way for you to solve the cube, and that's with an accessory called Rubik's Bag. Now, Rubik's Bag looks like an ordinary empty lunch bag, but I assure you this is a sophisticated piece of equipment. You take your scrambled up cube, you put it inside the Rubik's Bag, and the Rubik's Bag actually does the work of solving the cube for you. Now, those are easy ways to solve the cube. Tonight we're going to look at a harder way. Most people, when they solve Rubik's Cube, they'll do it in a sort of a structured or a layered method, solving one layer at a time. But the downfall to using that method is that experts tell us that that method takes about 100 or so moves to get it done. But experts tell us that no matter which of the 43 quintillion moves, that there are combinations that the cube can be in, it can always be solved in 20 moves or less. Picture what that might look like, 20 moves away from being solved. Now imagine with me what the cube might look like if it were 10 moves away from being solved, or even 5 moves away. What would it look like if it were 1 move away from being solved? Imagine that Rubik's Cube completely solved. Tonight, we're going to try to turn imagination into reality. We're going to try to solve Rubik's Cube with 20 moves or less. But I'm not going to use this cube, which is tiny and easy for me to cheat with. Tonight, we're going to solve this cube. Now this is a large Rubik's Cube, but it has all the same features as a regular Rubik's Cube. It's just extra large. This cube still turns. It still has 43 quintillion different possible combinations it can be in. But this cube does not come equipped with a reset button, and it won't fit inside Rubik's Bag. I've tried. So, we're stuck with a harder method, 20 moves or less. That's where some of you who got pieces of paper fit in. I'm going to have you, in a moment, write down a set of moves you want me to try on this Rubik's Cube. So, the bad news is solving the cube is complicated. The good news is writing down a set of moves is easy. So those of you who got pieces of paper, pay close attention. I'm going to give you a quick crash course. The Rubik's Cube, just like any other cube, has 6 sides on it. We have our front, our back, our right, left, up, and down. Each side gets abbreviated by the first letter of its name. F for front, B for back, R for right, L for left, U for up, D for down. Each side turns, either clockwise or counterclockwise. So to write down a set of moves, you simply say which face of the cube you want to turn and which direction you want to turn it. So if you told me to turn, if you wrote down the letter F, that would mean turn the front face 1 turn clockwise. If you wrote down the letter R, it would mean turn the right face 1 turn clockwise. If you wanted to write down a counterclockwise turn, put an apostrophe after the letter. So R with an apostrophe would mean the right face 1 turn counterclockwise. And F with an apostrophe would mean the front face 1 turn counterclockwise. And that's about it. So those of you with pieces of paper, I'd like you to take the marker you were given and write down a random sequence of those letters. R, L, F, B, U, and D. You can skip letters if you like. You can use letters multiple times if you want, as many times as you like. Anywhere from 5 to 20 letters in length. Put an apostrophe after some of the letters. Some of the letters leave without, and when you're done, your piece of paper will look something like this. Now, don't copy down my set of letters exactly. Make up your own random sequence. Use those letters R, L, F, B, U, and D, some with and some without apostrophes. When you're done, hold up your piece of paper above your head. Miss Beth is going to come around and collect them. Now, while she's doing that, I need the help of a young volunteer. Has anyone ever played with a Rubik's Cube? Any of you? Please, come on up, one of you. Why don't you come on up? And Beth's going to come around and get those pieces of paper. Please get them filled out as quickly as possible. Have you played with the Rubik's Cube? Okay, what's your name? Nicholas. How about a nice round of applause for Nicholas? Nicholas, have you ever solved Rubik's Cube? You haven't. You know, the world record, Nicholas, for somebody solving Rubik's Cube was a 3-year-old, well, not a world record, but the youngest person was a 3-year-old who solved it in 2 minutes. That makes me look bad, because it takes me 2 minutes to solve the cube. The bad news is, the good news is, you don't have to solve Rubik's Cube tonight. That's my job. What you're going to do is this. Miss Beth is going around and collecting all those pieces of paper. When she comes back up, I'm going to have you pick one piece of paper, and I'll make you a deal. If you pick a piece of paper and it just happens to have the moves on it that can solve this cube, you get to keep the Rubik's Cube. All right? Now the odds are 43 quintillion to 1 against you. Do you feel lucky? Okay, we're going to see. Okay. Nicholas, are you ready? Bring the box on up here, Beth. Nicholas, when you're ready, I'd like you to just reach in and you take out any piece of paper you like. You got one? Beth, you can put the box away. Nicholas, would you unfold your piece of paper, please? I got it unfolded. I got an envelope here that'll hold your piece of paper and make it nice and easy for you to hold. Okay. Now, would you hold a piece of paper right up here by your face? And I'm going to take your picture. Turn and face me. Yeah, hold it just like this. See the blank edge? So it doesn't cover up the letters. Perfect. I'm going to take your picture.
It's a mug shot, Nick.
Here we go. Give me a big smile. Perfect. I'm going to send your picture up to my friend, Mike Brown, in the balcony. And he is going to put your picture on the screen for everybody to see. And while he's doing that, I'm going to put the picture on my screen as well. There we are. You're famous. All right. And Nicholas, here we go. I'm going to do the moves that are on that piece of paper. And if they solve the cube, you get to keep the cube. You ready? We start with D. That's the downside. One turn clockwise. We start then with the up, U, again, one turn clockwise. Then we have B, the back side of the cube, one turn clockwise. R, the right hand side of the cube, again, one turn clockwise. L, the left side of the cube, one turn counterclockwise. B, the back side of the cube, one turn clockwise. And again, B, the back side of the cube, one turn clockwise. F, the front side of the cube, one turn clockwise. D, the down side of the cube, one turn counterclockwise. And again, D, the bottom side of the cube, one turn counterclockwise. This is looking pretty good, Nicholas. F, the front side of the cube, one turn clockwise. And R, the right hand, one turn counterclockwise. Nicholas, against all